Hello and welcome to your cards for the week. Today is Sunday, the 14th of November, 2021. And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Deborah Jane Sutton, and you can find out more about me and my work through my website, deborahjanesutton.com. I'll put a link in the description, and also through this YouTube channel. So have a good browse. While talking about browsing through the channel, I do want to remind you that I am now doing cards for the month. And there were some powerful messages that came up, both in October and November's cards. October was focusing on grief and how we can grow spiritually through the grieving process. Very relevant for a lot of people at this time, remembering that grief isn't only about losing loved ones, although obviously that's very important as well, but about losing jobs, parts of who you are, relationships, friends, family, you know, all sorts of different kinds of losses. And November's cards were very much about heightening your intuition. And it was about stepping into sovereignty. We talk a lot about sovereignty and the importance of being sovereign over your own energy. But it's easier said than done. What does that actually mean? And in November's cards, it came up to heighten your intuition, because it's all very well having, you know, sovereignty over our own energy, but we need to trust ourselves. And we need to trust our energy. We need to trust our intuition. So it's really crucial to heighten our intuition as much as possible at this time. And November's cards were all about that. So check those out, and they're under the heading of cards for the month. So check those out as well. And the other video that I invite you to check out, if today you are if it's Remembrance Sunday for you, and you are remembering those that lost their lives and suffered in the world wars, there's a video I put out called Lest We Forget Our Own Power, because it's just a gentle, loving reminder that the message that came through that day, there were no cards, it was just a message that came through, that a reminder that we have power over our reality, that we are creating our reality through the frequency that we are. So if we choose to put ourselves into a lower frequency of grief, sadness, loss, and mourning, we can actually be in a contracted state, and that will be our contribution to the collective. So it's just a reminder to remember those that have passed and those that sacrificed their lives for humanity at that time. But to do it with an open heart, to do it from love and gratitude, and from a frequency of expansion, because that way we can create more of who we are, and we can create that love and gratitude frequency in the reality and in the collective that we are all creating. It's a very important point there. So if you are remembering those that passed, check out that video, Lest We Forget Our Own Power. Okay, so that said, let's have a look at what the cards have in store for us this week. I am back to using my traditional tarot. I had a number of, that one just flew out, traditional tarot, when I said that, it wants to speak. And I had a number of messages saying that they liked the other cards, but I feel so drawn to come back to these. So I have. So anything else? Thank you. And anything else? Thank you. Anything else for this week? Thank you. Anything else? Sometimes the cards, I feel like the cards are saying, we can keep going if you can keep going, Deborah. We know how talkative you are. So if you want to keep talking, we can keep going. Sometimes I get that message, but I don't like it to be too long. Okay, so let's have a look what we've got. Brilliant. Okay, I will show the cards because I know a lot of people like that, although a lot of people realize that my interpretation isn't always exactly the traditional interpretation. But if a card resonates with you, feel free to research it and the traditional meaning and further meanings, because if you feel the desire to do that, then obviously that's your intuition working through you. And there'll obviously be an additional message there. Okay, so some people who are into tarot and they like the cards, you can do that. Okay, so make a note of the cards, go and do further research on them, and you might find further messages that are far more, personal to you. That's all part of activating your intuition, right? And accessing your own guidance rather than getting your guidance from outside of you. So if you feel the need, do that. So the first card is the Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands, she's very creative, and she's going through transformation because wands are fire. So she's going through transformation, and the transformation is bringing her fruition. These plants growing on the wands, I see them as fruition that has come from the transformation. Right now, who isn't learning and growing through the transformation over the last couple of years? There's the black cat, which tells me she's a little bit of a witch. And when I say witch, I mean that in the most beautiful way. In the most beautiful way. A witch really is just somebody who is activating their psychic abilities, somebody who's activating their skills, their divine gifts, and their intuition. I just started off talking about the importance of heightening your intuition with November's cards for the month. And that's what it's all relevant, So witches are actually, the reason, there was a lot of information recently that came to my awareness about witches and all the witch hunts that went on. The reason that witches were not popular was because of their psychic abilities and because of their connection to source and their very heightened intuition. It guides us, and it means that we cannot be manipulated by others. It means we cannot be easily controlled. I say we, I put myself in that bracket. Means we cannot be controlled, we cannot be manipulated. And we cannot be coerced because we're accessing our own guidance. And I'm very passionate about making witches out of all of you with that intention, with that definition that I'm giving. So the witch hunts were basically because the witches were, I suppose, seen as the rebels, but they're also seen as the more powerful. Because obviously the guidance that we get from source directly through us and not through anything outside of us is the most powerful divine guidance there is. It's God's guidance. It's you are God, right? And it's the guidance from the creator, the source, whatever you want to call it, the universe flowing through you. The more you can tap into that, the better. Really is a time to go with your gut, whether you call it following your instincts or going with your gut instincts or, your intuition, or I just had a hunch, or I just felt to do it. Any of these phrases, however you word them in your life, trust them, because you have to ask yourself, where is it coming from? Where are those thoughts coming from? Where's that intuition coming from? It's yours. It's coming to you for a reason, for you to act upon it. And she's the manifester, because of the transformation, she can manifest. So she has positive thoughts and she can manifest them into her physical reality, okay, through her witchiness, her witchy ways, which is her psychic abilities, her natural healing abilities, and tapping into her intuition. The second card is the Emperor, major arcanic card. This is very much about stepping into your power and sovereignty. So it's connected, it's very much connected to November's cards, which is no surprise because we're still in November, right? But also the Emperor is also symbolic of masculine authority, the authoritative masculine energy. So on a personal level, this could be a male family member or a male, it could be a boss or a masculine energy in your life that's trying to exert authority over you. Okay, they might be doing it manipulatively, they might be doing it in a gaslighting way, they might be doing it in an unconscious way. A lot of it is unconscious, okay? But you are still acknowledging it. It goes hand in hand. You can see the connection already, right? This is you stepping into your sovereignty against any control or manipulation or power, any masculine energy. It could be a female, but still expressing masculine energy, right? Basically, our left brain. We've got left brain, right brain. Okay, so the left brain is the very analytical and the very mind kind of controlled, I want to say. And whether you're using your mind to carry out your intuition, obviously that's positive use of the mind, but also there's right brain, okay, which is very much the creative, arty-farty, I like to say, in a nice way, in the most loving way, but intuitive, you know. So society has been going along very much left brain rules and laws and paradigms. And we are stepping more into the right brain now as we step into our sovereignty, as we step into heightened levels of intuition. We are getting more right brain, more creative, more in our divine flow, as opposed to our analytical, logical, following rules, left brain. Okay, so masculine and feminine. It's about balancing the masculine and feminine, and it has been out of balance with this masculine authority that's been going on. So this is very much, regardless of whether you're male or female, you get what I'm saying, regardless of whether you're male or female, there is a masculine and feminine energy going on. And we need to balance both of those in our body. Actually, I just really feel to do this now, but to share with you some pranayama, just to help you balance. When you want to manifest something, let's say you want to manifest balance between your left and right energies, your masculine and feminine energies, I want to say. Set the intention, and then the action steps can be this pranayama, Nadi Shodhana, it's called in yoga, where you block one side of your nostril, one nostril, you inhale on the other side, slow and complete, down to the belly, and then you switch sides and you slowly exhale out the other side. Okay, slow, deep, complete. Then you inhale on that same side. Slow, deep, complete, filling the belly, expanding the diaphragm, expanding the chest, expanding the heart. And then you change sides and exhale out the other side. And you each time, then you inhale the same side. Okay, you inhale the same side that you've exhaled. But you do it each time, each breath gets slower and deeper. Okay, and then you change round and you exhale it out. Inhale the same side that you exhaled. And in between the inhalations and the exhalations, over time, take a little hold, hold it there. Hold after the inhalation for a few seconds, hold after the exhalation for a few seconds, because I call them yummy moments. They're really yummy moments. And you can put what meaning you like on that. Check out my video on the meaning of life, because you get to choose the meaning that you put on it. And the meaning that I choose to put on it is that I'm inhaling all of my life force and all of who I am. And then I hold it and I allow it to integrate and embody into every cell of my body. Okay. And then on the exhalation, I am complete. You put what meaning you like on it. It really doesn't matter. But it just came to me to share that with you, because it's a very, very powerful breathing technique, a yoga breathing technique, which helps balance your masculine and feminine energies. Okay, and you get to put the meaning on that. So once you've taken the action, detach from the outcome, and then you manifest, right? Remember, that's how we manifest. She's the queen of manifesting. So I just want to repeat that as well. You set the intention. Okay, and then you have to take baby steps, and it doesn't matter what baby steps you take. This is to manifest anything, right? You take baby steps, it doesn't matter, but you have to change your energy somehow. You have to take some action. She's about action, okay, because this is wands, okay? You have to take some action. I mean, the action could be just walking in nature with your dog. The action doesn't always have to be connected to the desire, to the intention, but you have to do something active in order to shift your own energy. Because if it's something you want to manifest, clearly you don't already have it. So therefore it's not in your reality. You're not resonating with it at the moment. So you have to do something positive in order to shift your energy to the vibration of having it, if that makes sense. But then, of course, even though you've desired it and intended it, you have to step back from wanting it, which is the bizarre thing, because it's the wanting it that keeps it away from you. So you then step back and pretend that you hadn't really asked it and get on with your life. You stop focusing on it, because if you keep focusing on it, what you're doing is you're focusing on not having it. And that's what's keeping it away. So then you have to detach from really wanting it, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense, because it really works this when you get your head around it. And then it will just appear, whatever it may be. And here's your next card, the Hermit, another major arcanic card. He is about solitude, time on your own. I think that came up in the monthly cards as well. We need time on our own to follow our own light. He's following his own light, following his own energy. That's what I call heightening your intuition again. Just let yourself get out of the way and just flow, do whatever your body wants you to do. Ring who your body wants you to ring, read whatever book your body wants you to read, walk whatever path your body wants you to walk. And if anything feels, if you've got resistance to anything, stop it, don't do it, right? And this is about meditation, of course, but meditation as well. Sorry, I want to mention another video. These are cards with homework. I've said that before. Your cards for the week are cards with homework. And the reason I've done all these videos is so that I don't have to make the cards for the week so long. But the other one that's coming up is how to meditate, because I'll put links in the description, and I'll put them in the end screen as well, because there's how to meditate. Because although he's a symbol of meditation, it doesn't always mean sitting there on a yoga mat humming. You know, meditation, walking in nature is a meditation. It's really the solitude. When you're on your own and you can relax your physical body, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be doing a puzzle, you could be doing the dishes, you know, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be swimming, jogging, you know, doing yoga, whatever. But it's relaxing the mind, and then your ideas come to you. Okay, or you could be playing with tarot cards or something like that, but something that's relaxed, whereby you're open to receive messages, because meditation is really accessing the higher realms and accessing higher levels of consciousness at the end of the day. And if you're going to sit there and try and keep your body still, and that's difficult for you, and you're going to sit there and just think, oh, even if you have emptied all your thoughts, you know, if it's not comfortable or what have you, it's not serving you, is it? So, I mean, if you're experienced at meditating, go and do it. And if you're not experienced at meditating, then check out my video, How to Meditate for Beginners, because that's what he's about. He's about solitude, meditation, accessing higher levels of consciousness. So he's very much a November card as well. So the message is very clear. Here's our reflecting on all that we've got. And it's still coming up about not doing things that go against our moral compass. Following our moral compass came up last week, and he's reflecting on everything that he's accumulated. So this is not just money, but this is money as well. It's finances and security, but it's also qualifications and experiences and everything that you need in order to go ahead. There's been this ongoing message for people that are leaving jobs and stuff like that, or possibly feeling forced to leave their jobs. The week before last was you're not a victim, you're a way shower. So that's also coming up again, because look at everything that you've got. Take your gifts and skills elsewhere. So he's reflecting on everything that he's got. He's got enough. Okay, he's got enough. He's got enough financial security. He's got enough knowledge, experience, resources, networking people around him, abundance, I want to say, because Pentacles are, my interpretation of Pentacles is abundance. He has what he needs around him. He has accumulated a lot, more than he realizes. And it's only limiting beliefs that are making him stay in a situation that isn't serving him. So leave a situation. I want to say leave a situation if it's not serving you. It's just been an ongoing message, whether it be a relationship, a job, a friendship, an activity that you've been doing, whatever it might be. If it's lowering your frequency, you need to ask yourself, can I change the situation? And the answer is yes, you can. There's your decision card. Okay, so this last card is very much a reminder. These are thoughts. Swords are air, therefore they are thoughts and mental processes. We were talking about balancing the left and right, the masculine and feminine. So we're balancing the masculine and feminine energies in order to bring in more heightened intuition and less analytical logic. But I have to do that because I've been told this, or what if this happens? I have to do this because what if this happens? Well, that's what the moon symbolizes, unconscious fears. We make a lot of our decisions in life out of fear, and they could be little decisions or big decisions. I can't leave my job, I can't leave the relationship, I can't leave the situation that I'm in because blah, 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 blah. Is that decision a fear-based one? Because you can't see. This is the thing about trusting your intuition. You can't see, you can only feel. So yeah, it's a reminder. It's a reminder again. That's come up before, hasn't it? It's a reminder that ask yourself, when you say I can't or I have to, if ever you hear yourself going, what if, there's that favorite quote, isn't it? Was it by Erin Hansen or something that said, what if I fall? But darling, what if you fly? So I want to say to you all, darling, what if you fly? Tap into your intuition and fly. That's how I want to end this one. Tap into your intuition and fly. Okay. Lots of love to you all, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Bye for now.